isn't it? How
Gotta
are
have
you?
jazz hands today.
Oh, jazz hands. All right, then. Do your jazz hands, everybody.
I can feel you. I can feel you out there.
Feel something going on.
Oh, my goodness sakes.
Oh, hello. All right, we got some peeps here already. So let's...
She's waving. Hey, Raven. See, I knew.
Ooh, where? Oh, right.
Somehow I just knew. That was funny. Must have been picking up on your vibe psychically.
I don't know what's going on here. Hello, everybody. Pips.
Oh, my.
Hello, Sean. Hello, Cass. Hello, Logan. Hello, Gilda.
Goodness.
Hello, Jess. Hello, Savannah. So far. And mash that like button and all that fun stuff.
All right, folks.
Can you say eclipse? Say it with me, boys and girls.
Right.
Eclipse.
Oh, and there's Geraldine. Oh, my
hi,
goodness.
Geraldine. How are you?
All right, so if you thought, gosh, tomorrow's October 1st. September went by really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Just a minute ago, it was Memorial Day.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
If you thought this past month went quick, wait till you see October fly by.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
Hello,
who we got
Helena.
here?
Hello, Wendy.
Helena, Wendy.
God, it's all fun, isn't it?
All right. These next 4 weeks are going to feel like maybe 4 days. It's just crazy. So we're going to start out today. I'm going to talk about the new moon and the lunar eclipse. And next Monday's show is going to be called Beware of the Dwarf.
Yes, we've actually arranged for a dwarf to come and make an appearance. No.
We're going to talk about good old Pluto and its
Pluto.
grand finale of Capricorn.
Uh,
And then the following week, we'll probably be talking about the full moon. But
put the pumpkin away, Helena. It's not October yet.
hey.
It's not.
I just put all my pumpkins out yesterday.
Well, okay, all right. Then,
All right.
I suppose.
So, yeah.
October
So this
tomorrow.
week we'll talk about the eclipse. And next week we'll talk about Beware of the Dwarf. I think will be a good title for the podcast.
The dwarf. It's... No, I'm just having strange views.
Beware of the Dwarf is a line from one of my favorite movies, which was Barry Manilow sang the title. Goldie Hawn was in it. What the heck was the name of it?
I have no idea.
It started out with Ready to Take a Chance Again. And Burgess Meredith. Oh my God, I can't remember the name. Foul Play.
Oh no, that's hilarious.
Foul Play. Chevy Chase and
He has
Goldie
to
Hawn.
have a cork on the end of his
And that was the
fork.
the one line in there was Beware of the Dwarf, and that just made me laugh. Oh, Dudley Moore. I'm thinking of all the people that were in
Dudley
there.
Moore. Oh, he's funny. He was an author, wasn't he?
It was a really funny movie. But anyway, Beware of the Dwarf won't be very funny, I don't think. But anyway.
Well, it's us, so it's quite possible.
Red Dwarf? No, Pluto.
That could be fun. Red Dwarf, yeah, okay.
Hi, Shauna. Yeah. Elena says no. Sips pumpkin spice everything. All right, so this eclipse. Well, things are moving and shaking, and this we know is the Libra time of year, right?
It is.
We just had that equinox, equal day and night.
Equilux. TM.
And we've talked a bit before about how all of the outer planets are shifting from air and fire into...
Earth and water.
No, the opposite way. Earth and water into air and fire. Sorry.
It's because it all goes backwards.
Yeah. And we've seen over the past couple of months the auroras. So there's a lot of geomagnetic, I can't talk today. Geomagnetic energy out there too that's kind of throwing some of us off. So the eclipse that's happening on the 2nd is at 10 degrees 10 degrees 2 minutes Libra, and it is very near the south node. So that's when we get a new moon eclipse, when it's near one of the nodes, but it's near the south node, and the south node represents like what we came into this life with.
Yes.
And the north node is what we do with it while we're here. So right now, the south node is in Libra,
Yes.
And we know that because we're having this new moon in Libra.
Mm.
And in order to get a new moon, we have to have the sun. So we have sun, moon, and south node in Libra. So there's this energy of release with an eclipse, letting go of the past, letting go of things that no longer serve you. And it's a fantastic time to set an intention for the direction you want to go in, right? So we especially see this releasing the past, and what do we want to do? Where, you know, that North Node energy says, what do you want to do with this? What do you know? Like, you've got this experience and you've let go of your baggage. Now, you know, what train do you want to get on? Where do you want to go? And because it's Libra, Libra stands for a few things, right? Libra stands for justice. That's its big deal,
Right.
justice. And it also stands for partnerships. It rules the house of partnerships.
Okay.
So who are you going to align yourself with for success? And who are you going to step away from because they may be undermining your success?
Ooh.
Right? Because
That's deep.
that house is also known as the house of open enemies. So this is the people who declare something against you, right? These are your open enemies, the ones that say, either I'm holding you accountable for that and you deserve to be held accountable for that, or, you know, I'm this rogue menace who, you know, you really shouldn't be dragging around on your shirt tails anymore. So Libra, you know, you could look at Libra, one side of the scale is justice and the other side's like injustice, and they're trying to bring this balance.
Okay. Yeah.
But this
yeah.
really, again, I know I've said this before, we are living in the astrology of many lifetimes. This is not just, oh, we'll see that again in, you know, a year. Oh, we'll see that again in 5 years. Oh, we'll see that again. I have to really look to find empirical evidence of what's going down.
Well, some of this is such long term as well, isn't there? A comet going to appear on an 80,000-year cycle or something like that?
Yep.
And they're going to see it for
They're
the next couple of 3 days.
Odin's Eye or some bizarre
I
thing.
don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So because of the energy that everything is just being pushed, right? We have Mercury at 11 degrees. So Mercury's right in that little mix of South Node, Sun, Moon energy. And Mercury wants to talk about it. Mercury wants to bring information. Mercury is like the journalist. So there's going to be a lot of reporting going on. And personally, we're going to be under a lot of pressure. We've already been under a lot of pressure. But we should expect quick progress, right?
Well, that'd be good.
Well, the whole idea of looking at astrology, or putting the patterns together, speaking that language, illuminating that, is to harness it.
Well, that's
Right?
the idea.
What have I
isn't
got in my pantry, and what can I make with this?
it? What's for dinner?
Right? So
Chaos stew.
So we can expect really quick progress as we go through September for reaching goals and just like amazing things happening. I do want to just say that there is always a, you know, like a personal natal impact,
Yeah.
and there's also a global impact.
Well, yeah.
And I'll talk more about this when I get to Beware of the Dwarf, but Saturn is moving closer and closer to Neptune.
Our headlight just went out.
Interesting.
It's interesting because the battery is fully charged. Apparently not.
All right. Saturn getting closer and closer to Neptune. Oh.
Emphasis.
And we'll talk about that a little bit, because the last time we had this kind of energy, there was that fall of the Soviet Union. So it could very well be predicting a new Russia as we move into 2025.
You know, something's got to give. Something has got to give. There's, there's so much global tension right now, and so many people flexing their, like the whole situation in the Middle East. I mean,
Well, I was just going to say this.
Netanyahu's gone crazy.
Look, I have U.S., Israel, and Russia written here.
Right.
And there's this global impact of this eclipse. So some stuff's going to go down, right? We've got this open enemies, report on what's going on, work to find a balance. How are you holding these people accountable? What's going on? Release the old and build up the new. So, all for the better, but nobody likes to give up their power.
Yeah.
All right. So a balance is indicated. And the other thing I'd like to say about Libra is we always talk about Libra and their decision making. When I teach the class, I say, well, Libra's the sign that wants to order last at the dinner table because they want to see what everybody else had before they have theirs, right? So Libra can be the valley of indecision. In fact, John Lennon, that was a famous line.
The Valley of Indecision.
From John Lennon, who was Libra, said, here in the Valley of Indecision. But I'd like to point out that refusing to make a decision is a decision.
It is. Procrastination is actually a form of action.
So if you you come to a time where there's a deadline and you're supposed to make a choice A or B, and you choose no decision, you are choosing neither, you are still making a decision. So there's going to be a little bit of that energy there too. Like, I want to go for this. I don't know if I should go for this. I want to let go of this. I don't know how to let go of this. So just do your best to pick something that you feel you can focus on, that you can use this energy of justice and finding out who your friends are. And Libra does affect all different kinds of relationships. It's not just like marriages. It's unions of all kinds, like friends, workmates, communities, that kind of thing. So there's going to be some things that you want to build up and other things that you want to release.
Right.
I would say, too, that this is a really good week ahead to figure out how you're going to bring your own personal stuff into balance, right?
Right.
How are you going to find time to balance things that are going on in the mind, right? You got to find time. You've got to be able to study. You got to be able to find some downtime. Be able to relax. You got to be able to focus. So how are you going to bring those things into mind? And then physical body as well. You got to get enough sleep. You got to get enough activity. You got to eat the right things. You can't just be eating an apple while you're driving and consider that a meal.
It's probably more healthy than a chocolate bar, but
true. And then there's that spiritual connection too, mind, body, spirit. Well, are you going to give yourself time to meditate? Are you going to give yourself time to just be? Are you going to give yourself altar time or time to choose card of the day? Things like that.
It was our psychotic fair on Saturday, and I just want to say, I'm obviously not going to name names, but the amount of people that I spoke to that were having big ass emotional issues, it's just like unreal, It was just like, I felt quite drained at the end of the day, to be honest.
I think that we're not used to this kind of pressure. It's when we do spiral dance, or if you ever heard of that snap the whip, right? So you start out, and the people who are closest to the leader are going at one pace, right? And the people who are closest to the end are going much quicker, right? As the dance moves or the whip moves, those people at the end are really
giving it large.
All right. And this is where we are with a lot of the outer planet's energy. We've got Uranus now retrograde, still on top of Al Ghul. And now, as it's moving retrograde, We may see more issues. I hate to say this, but we might see more issues with food and agriculture, where when it was moving direct, I felt that it was connected to more of the Aquarian Uranian energy when it was direct, right? Even though it's in Taurus. When it was direct, it was AI and computers and that kind of thing. And now it's retrograde in Taurus. It's rethinking, redoing, relooking, yeah? And I think we may have some issues with environmental things, some issues with agriculture, maybe FDA, stuff like that. So, and possibly food supply chain. I'm not trying to start anybody up in,
Panic buying.
crazy town. Don't buy all of the
No, don't.
toilet paper. But you may want to try to think about having a week's food on hand, or some things in the freezer or some canned food, just in case there's a disruption or you personally are disrupted from being able, get some canned soups and things like that.
The other thing that may happen on Tuesday, apparently there may be a strike on the eastern seaboard ports, which is great for the supply chain there, because most of our imports come from overseas. Haha.
Right, and we saw, I don't know if I even spoke about it, I had a note about it from a couple weeks ago for that full moon eclipse, where I said we're going to see a lot of issues with flooding and water.
Yeah, and aren't we?
And, we're at the tail end of that cycle to hit the new moon, right? And you can see that there are, not just this country, but there's a lot of issues with
Globally. I mean, Poland's in a hell of a mess. It's rough. It is really rough. But, I mean, climate migration is going to become a thing.
I've said that before, yeah, climate migration. And I do think that forewarned is forearmed. If you know that you may not be able to get out to buy bread, you can buy flour and yeast and you can make some bread, right? Which is when the pandemic was getting really iffy and we knew that we were going to be under lockdown, we bought a 50-pound bag of flour and a bunch of yeast because we thought bread is one of the things we really enjoy. You can get along with almost without anything, but if you're prepared, you can still make your way.
I mean, you were lucky to get flour in the pandemic, let alone organic. But
yeast was like some kind of scarcity, right?
We bought organic bread flour, so we could buy 50 pounds because obviously bakeries still have to function. So.
Right. All right, so you're going to feel under this real pressure cooker for the next couple of weeks from new moon to full moon. There's going to be an intensity of wanting to get to the bottom of things, to find justice and balance, to call people out on their BS and not accept it, right?
Some people definitely need a walk through the garden of enlightenment. They really do.
I'm just going to check my other side.
I don't know. Some notes and scribbles and all that fun stuff.
No, and what's this? That's how I grew up. We always had lots of bread ingredients and bread pans. My mama made it by hand. Yep, my mother did too. My mother made our bread. There were different days for each thing, like laundry day, blah, blah, blah. But bread got made at least twice a week.
Well, it don't last, does it?
No.
Not least for the fact that you make it, we eat it. So that is true. I love it though. I love it's something.
No, these notes are for next week mostly.
Well, don't do that yet.
No.
I love it.
The dwarf.
I love that. It's nice to get your hands on. I mean, I was making some curries. I've canned a few of those. So we've got some brinjal bhaji and we've got some Rogan Josh.
Yeah.
The Rogan Josh, it's all organic.
This was my card of the day.
The moon. Well, there you go.
So I thought, oh, good. People are gossiping about me. I can just harness that and transform it into positive energy.
There you go. It's always fun when people gossip about it. It is nice to actually make stuff. My mum made bricks. She could make almost anything except for bread.
Oh.
Well, you can always, go into construction.
Well, you could grind it up and have breadcrumbs, I suppose.
The secret, apparently, is steam.
Is what?
Steam.
Oh, who knew? This is kind of...
I'm sorry. I apologise. I am in the way with everything again, as usual, apparently. So it's time to do cards. Tell your friends.
Well, yes, if we finish a little early, don't be angry. I have a doctor's appointment today.
It's only routine. Don't worry. There's nothing wrong.
All right, Sean. Oh, dear.
Well, I don't know, mate, but I think you kind of feel like...
Worrying about something.
You're fretting. You really are fretting. And there's nothing to fret about. Fingers are crossed. Have only positive expectations, mate. Just don't draw negative energy to you. And I sense you are for some obscure reason.
I'm going to say that this indicates what it is you're letting go of.
There you go. That's good.
Right? This indicates the death of the old you and the beginning of the new you, right? In shamanism, we talked about the animals who will like hack you up, throw you off a cliff, burn you in their fire, drown you under the water, and that being like an initiation.
Sounds like fun.
So there's things that are left behind that allow you to be able to move forward in new ways. So I don't necessarily see this as a bad card. I mean, it could be around other cards that might indicate difficulties, but I think that just stop worrying and let yourself go forward.
Yeah, change is inevitable. It's the one constant, and change can be good. It can be really good. I know.
All right, Cass.
Well, we go for Cass. Oh, Ace of Wands. I love how terrified Anton looks. I do not look terrified, you bugger.
Cass, there is an opportunity to move. Now, you may love where you are, love your house, and you might not want to move, and that's fine. But it looks to me like this is indicating if you wanted to make a change, that you could. So part of you might be toying with the idea of a new place to live. And it looks like it could go very smoothly. But again, this is an offer, not a, oh my God, tell her she's going to lose her house or be evicted or whatnot like that. The other possibility is to purchase for a rental income.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I feel.
Well, there you go. I will say that the river running past and the house on a hill is an extraordinarily good omen. But this is way more than just a house on a hill. This is a palace. So I see this as very much a kind of improvement in status for you. Whether that's real estate status or whether it's just, moving to a place of... Because ones for me, although they classically represent fire in the deck, for me I can't help but go with the association of air, because a one would be burned in fire, So although the classical interpretation, and I believe it to be a ruse, is that ones are fire, I'd say they're far more gentle. They're far more, it's like, the conductor's wand. It's about moving energy in a different way, far less aggressive than the fiery sword, if you will. But this is very much about... getting clear ideas. This Ace is pivotal. Something's happening right now. So this is like even just hatching a clear plan for the future regarding real estate. Maybe something that you could be working on. But this is a very positive card. So accept it with both hands. All right. Moving on.
All right, Logan.
Logan.
You're first for Logan.
Logan says I was terrified. Let's see if we can find you a fun card. Oh God, no.
Oh.
Do you want another one? No, I tease.
A move card too, dude.
I tease. All right. So yeah, things could be so much better if, but it's not about what you could do with what you haven't got, but what you actually do with what you've got right now. Because wherever you go, you're going to be there, and you can't necessarily run from yourself. You have to understand that. But yeah, I think this is moving from troubled waters into clearer waters. I think it's generally a more positive card. But those little navigational features of the trees are kind of saying, you may not have to have a perfect roadmap, because after all, we're at sea. Well, we're in the coastal area because we've got a punt. We ain't going to be crossing an ocean here. But maybe not a perfectly roadmap, but just have a rough idea of where you're headed. Have some direction would be what I would suggest.
This card can actually indicate a physical move.
There you go.
There's some kind of theme today. Everybody wants to move forward in some way. But this can be an indicator of actually, again, changing residence. So if that's the intention you want to set, do your new moon magic and set that intention to leave difficulty behind and have a more comfortable living space.
There you go. See, there you go. Listen, I can see myself. I have a monitor in front of me. When I look terrified. I just start running and screaming. That'll be it.
Well, he said he wanted to make giant tarot cards and that he wanted to read only in the green room where the window opens so that he could pull like one giant card, look at it, scream, and jump out the window.
That would be funny if your reader did that, wouldn't it? Just
all right.
What?
Gilda. Gilda.
Okay. Prosperity.
I think something's getting worked out financially. Like ducks in a row. I don't want to get too personal, but I feel like living arrangements, child support, work, I think like everything's coming into a space where your budget really, really works instead of being like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So there's this flow of positive financial stuff that kind of lets you do a little breathing.
Yeah, I think this is very much enjoying the fruits of your labours in good time. That little snail down there just tells us, hey, this isn't going to happen.
Slowly but surely.
But slowly, inexorably, are you moving towards a more very prosperous. And prosperity isn't just about financial wealth, although I do think that is indicated too. I think it's the whole deal, as Lisa says, that everything is actually copaesthetic.
The ducks are finally in a row instead of
yes.
in the police car, right? You see that little meme?
Drunk somewhere. I don't even know where my ducks are in the back of a police car. Yeah, that's about the size of it. Good for you because you've worked for it. Why not?
Oh my gosh, I forgot to light the candle.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh, well, you're gonna have to start all over again.
No, but we did it now. I'm just out of sorts today. All right, you're first for Jess.
I'm for Jess. All right, let's have a look what we got for Jess. Oh, hello. No, this is actually good. This is good. I think this card also is about justice and authority in some way. There's that very
like standing your ground.
Daida dir, as they would say in Welsh. So I don't know whether this means that you may need to be a little more assertive or definitely wield some authority. But you're capable of it. You're wise, and you're tactful. But yeah, just know it's okay to sometimes to compromise, so long as you don't compromise yourself. And I think that's the important thing here. I think you may have to draw a little line in the sand and go, no. That's it.
I think you know a lot more than you let on sometimes.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, she's a smart
and
cookie.
That you really do have the ability to speak with authority or come from a place of knowledge and understanding. I also think you have that psychic connection to your intuition, being Scorpio. So this card is connected to the sign of Aries, but Aries and Scorpio are both ruled by Mars. So there's going to be that situation where you have to carefully choose your words, but express through those words that you are not going to take crap.
There you go. She said it far more eloquently than I.
Savannah.
Hello, Savannah.
Celebration.
We'll play it on the bagpipes for you.
I think there's some sort of reunion or gathering that is very uplifting for whatever reason. I mean, I know that you had posted you lost someone recently. I'm not sure how they're related, but this is almost like a family reunion or a party, not necessarily a funeral. But I feel like reconnecting with some people and like rebuilding those threads of connectedness. I think that this month is going to be a really positive one for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this is right now, we see the pumpkins there. So pumpkin spice is the order of the day here. I can't stand pumpkin spice. Why do they even make beer out
like
of pumpkin spice? No,
pumpkin beer was not very nice.
No, come on. Don't be silly. Oktoberfest. I'm all for Oktoberfest and beers. Yeah, absolutely. Can you tell I like beer, but not pumpkin beer? No. But this is, as Lisa says, very celebratory, however you say it. In what? Apparently, I don't say. But it's a reconnection, and it's okay to play, because remember, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, and I think sometimes you do so much for so many others that you forget about yourself. So it's okay for you to have a bit of downtime and play, and you really should. All right. Hello, Doris Jean. How are you?
Oh, I'll put her on the end here.
She's not subscribed.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You are first for Geraldine.
Geraldine, how are you?
Unless that was just Geraldine. No, that was Savannah.
That was Savannah.
Okay, sorry.
Work, busy, chop, bang, bang. But by the same token, I think you are actually making good progress. You do actually have a good work ethic. You know, when you knuckle down to it, when you're motivated, you do really, really well. So I think, so long as you can maintain your motivation, you're going to be awesomely productive in something that you've been toying with for a while and never really got round to perhaps doing it. I think now is the time to sort of, engage.
This might be with doing some sort of work or income, but it also could be that physical therapy that's going to come with the knee surgery.
Oh,
You're going to have to get up and do it. You're going to have to make yourself do it. So it sucks because,
knee surgery.
Knee
Ouch.
surgery is not fun.
It's painful.
But I definitely think you're going to be okay. I think that you're going to, what they say, like grab the bull by the horns and make progress. Oh, I see Laura finally got on.
Hello, Shauna.
I can message finally. It's too funny.
Oh, well, there you go.
Hi, Doris Jean. Of the Boundaries Blessed Be Oracle card. What?
I don't know. It must mean something, but I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm working now. Okay.
I'm tired. I get it. It's
All
okay.
right.
Keep your motivation up.
Me first, right?
I think so.
Helena. All right. This is a knowing, an understanding, information coming from other, information that's going to be very useful. Now, again, this card is that dual energy, right? Yes, no, up, down, I don't know, right? So think about what we've talked about today, and that no decision is really a decision. So step back and decide if that's what you're going to do, make no decision about something, or if you're going to use your intuition and psychic ability to make a choice.
I love it. I'm deciding to make no decision. Interesting. I think this is about asking the right questions too. I mean, the High Priestess will give you the answers, but you got to ask the right question. And sometimes she can be a little cryptic, so learn to probe a little more, ask the right question, phrase it in the right way, Because logic can be confusing sometimes. It can be. Some things are counterintuitive. But I sense, though, that there is much that will be revealed if you can ask the right questions. All right.
All right. Then Laura.
Oh.
There's no confusion. I understood.
I'm glad you did. Nobody tells me a damn thing. So there you go. What?
You are first for Laura.
I'm on first.
That's the last one.
For Laura. Aquarius. Yes. I love the interlacings of this card and the Ace of Cups. By that I mean the 5 streams being poured out there. And I think what's being the message behind this is remember spirit. Remember your spirit. Remember the spirit of... Sorry, I've just thrown my phone to the floor.
Oh my gosh.
It's all right. It just landed on my foot. So, God, whatever. It's chaos. Spirit. Apparently spirit threw my phone to the floor. No, it's important to have spirit, to maintain your spirits, to... whilst you do all the basics, you clothe yourself, you feed yourself, you keep yourself warm, you've still got to maintain that importance of spiritual health and hygiene, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I'm communicating this particularly well, but there's a propensity for you just to give and pour out and pour out and pour out. But I feel that somehow it's necessary for you to also take a bit for yourself,
I'm being drawn to say that this has something to do with computers. And that maybe you're setting an intention to build a new website for yourself, or to pay more attention to your website, to put more items up or something like that. There's some sort of drive forward for your business concerning cyber activity, but not, bad cyber stuff. I'm talking about getting your word out, getting known, getting found, becoming known to people for what you do. So I feel like this is a very positive card. All right.
Indeed.
Card of the week.
Card of the week.
Stand up, cut through the shit, take no crap from anybody, make good choices, let go of what doesn't serve you, use what's coming to make the best. What do you have? What's expired that you don't need? What do you have in your pantry, and what are you going to make with it? And take these 2 weeks, even though you have to be aware of the dwarf, take these 2 weeks and be prepared.
What she said, but choose your battles. Choose your battles.
True. Don't waste your energy.
Yeah, don't. Sometimes, somebody's just not worth it. They're just not worth it. And all you're doing is winding yourself up, spending energy on something you just don't need to spend energy on. They're just not worth it. You're not going to get through to them. Just walk away. You don't have to.
And our periodicals have arrived. Our witches' date books and witches' calendars. So they are at the store.
She sent a dwarf. No dwarfs.
That's a dwarf. Oh, God. Got the message. Thank you, guys. Good luck today, Lisa. Positive vibes. Thank you.
All right.
Yep. All good stuff.
All good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you haven't been bombarded with adverts. I keep seeing people. There's nothing we can do about it. It is outside of my control. So what are you going to do? Well, we're going to finish early today because we've got 1,000,001 things to do.
Well, it's okay. We were here, and next week, like I said, we'll talk about Pluto and maybe a little bit about the Saturn-Neptune conjunction that's coming.
Yes.
And then the following week, we'll talk about the full moon. That's just how it kind of moves along. But I'm really telling you, October is going to be like 4 days long.
It's going to be Halloween.
We'll be sat here next Monday going,
next Monday. Welcome to Halloween.
Can you believe it's Monday? Because holy crap, there's just such an acceleration. It's the difference between cooking something slow in the crock pot for 6 or 8 hours and putting it on pressure cooking in 20 minutes. You have to wait and take the steam off.
Yeah, it's almost like that. The days literally are going by.
I know
like
that
hours.
I use cooking metaphors, but everybody understands that. So
we like to cook. So there. In fact, I feel like I want something now. So there you go. I have to
All
find
right.
something. Thank you so much. Thank you guys.
Peace and blessings.
Have a beautiful,
great
beautiful
week.
day.
Use that new moon in a good way.
And can you say eclipse?
Eclipse.
Eclipse. Tell your friends.
Be
All right,
right.
we're out of here. Have an amazing day. Bye.
Bye. That was a really good show.